Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona, and today's class is a 45-minute morning Vinyasa flow class to help ease you into your day. It's a consistent, steady, well-rounded class which starts and ends with meditation and pranayama, so you can start your day with clarity and focus. And the only prop you may need, although it is optional, is a rolled up blanket, which we will use at the start of the class. I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for joining. Namaste. And begin your practice with your rolled up blanket and make your way into reclined bound angle pose, Tabata Quinasan. Taking the soles of your feet together and just laying the blanket over the arches of your feet and wrapping the blanket around to your outer thighs and hips. And just catching a hold of the edges of the blanket, gently laying yourself down along the mat. And when you arrive, just aligning the bones of your spine into a straight line and feeling for a natural curvature to your spine. So you've got a little trough in your low back and a hollow space around the back of your neck. Smooth and spread the architecture of your back. And then resting your hands on your body, closing the eyes. And land here with an open, audible exhale, emptying your body's weight into the support of the floor, inviting the outer seams of your legs to feel snug and supported by the blanket. Your inner thighs and pelvis can release toward your knees. And start to feel your breath animating your torso, your lungs. And feel the gentle movement your hands make with the wave of your breath. And we'll begin with a 9-count breath meditation to encourage you to relax progressively and focus your attention mindfully, so you can really begin your practice peacefully alert. And in this practice we breathe alternatively through our nostrils, first focusing on inhaling through the left nostril and exhaling through the right nostril for 3 breaths, then inhaling through the right nostril and exhaling through the left for 3 breaths, and finally inhaling, exhaling through both nostrils for 3 breaths, completing the cycle of 9. And the point of this exercise is not so much to breathe through only one nostril, but to practice focusing your attention on each nostril individually. And so we'll just synchronize our breath by emptying your lungs. And as you breathe in through the left side nostril. And exhale, right side. Inhale, left side nostril. And exhale, right. Breathing in, left. And breathing out, right. Switching sides now, breathing in, right side nostril. Exhale, left. Breathe in, right side. Exhale, left. Breathe in once more, right side. Exhale, left. Both nostrils now breathing in. and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and exhaling. And keeping the eyes closed, just notice now the wonderful release of breathing freely through both nostrils. Sensing the space between your breath as your inhale and exhale tapers off. And taking 2 more full cycles of breath. And then releasing your hands to your outer hips, just gently roll the knees in toward each other. And we'll stretch out the whole body, just taking the blanket to the end of your mat with your feet as you extend. And separating your feet about hip width apart and reaching your arms overhead. And just go ahead, point and flex your toes, stretching out through the arches of your feet, tops of the feet. And then circle your feet in any direction, just waking them up. And then bending the knees and placing your feet away from one another at the edges of your mat. Extend your arms out wide to the side and just wave the knees over to your left, taking a mild twist through the spine. When your legs land, just go ahead, turn on the back of your head and send your gaze out to your right. And keeping the shoulders relaxed and perhaps just encouraging the right knee a little closer toward the floor, extending through the top of your right thigh. Breathing smoothly in and out through the right side waist. And then shifting up and over to your right now with the knees. And when the legs land, just turning your gaze up and over to the left side, completing the twist through the spine. Directing your breath into your left side waist and ribs now, all the way up to your armpit. Keeping your breath really full and deep around your ribs. And one more deep breath in. And exhale, bring the knees back to center and gather your knees in toward your chest. And take a little rock side to side. Maybe some circles through the low back as you warm up. And then crossing at your ankles, catch a hold of your feet, lift your head and your heart. And take a roll back through the spine. With a bit of momentum, roll yourself all the way up to come to sit at the top edge of your mat. And you might like to take your blanket there underneath your sit bones to help elevate your spine and get comfortable. And we'll begin with stretching out through the shoulders and the neck, taking your fingertips down by your side. And on a full breath in, reach your arms up overhead, send the gaze up to the tip of your thumbs. As you exhale, press your palms, bring your hands down through your heart center, interlace all your fingers. Press your palms forward and dome your spine, hugging in through the belly. And as you breathe in, send your arms up and overhead, stretch tall, pressing into your sit bones. As you exhale, take your left hand over the top of your head to your right ear. Extend your right arm out to the side, level with the floor, and gently tip your left ear over to your left shoulder. And feeling a stretch down the right side of your neck, and exaggerating that by just slowly lowering your right hand all the way down to the floor. And when you land, glide the right hand away, reach the left arm up and overhead to your right, straightening out through the left elbow, anchoring into your left sit bone. Take a deep breath in. And with a firm abdominal core, come all the way back up. And rest your fingertips down by your side. Second side coming up. Reaching the arms up overhead, breathing in. Exhale, hands through your heart center, interweave all your fingers. Pressing the palms forward, hollowing your belly, tip your chin in toward your chest. And as you breathe in, glide the hands up overhead. This time taking your right hand over the top of your head to your left ear, left arm out to the side, and your right ear tips over to your right shoulder. And then just slowly, slowly lower your left fingertips down to the floor. Landing down, left hand slides away, right arm up and over to your left. Reaching out, keeping your chest open there, your right sit bone anchored. Breathe deeply into the right side of your waist. Deep breath in. And exhale, coming all the way back upright. You walk your hands over your legs there and shuffle back into the middle of your mat to find your child's pose. And keeping the knees about hip width apart there and taking your buttocks to your heels, extending your arms forwards and straight, spreading all your fingers, just finding that end range to all your fingers, anchoring your hands. And as you push into your hands, send your buttocks back toward your heels. Feel your breath moving the entire length of your spine. And we'll just wave through a few rounds of cat-cow and child's pose. As you breathe in, coming up onto all fours, and gently arching the spine, softening your belly, sending the gaze up. As you breathe out, rounding the spine and bringing your buttocks back to your heels. And twice more just like that in each direction. Just breathing some space into the spine, the hips, warming up the wrists. Just moving at the pace of your slowest breath, encouraging it to lengthen at a pace that feels unhurried. And coming up onto all fours now, bringing your chest forward through your arms and take a low push-up and just to a hover, shoulders no lower than your elbows, push back up, high push-up, and we'll do 3 more just like that. Low push-up, high push-up, just staying strong in your shoulders, broad across your upper back, firm in the belly, so you get that feeling your hip points are drawing toward one another. And then lower yourself all the way down to the floor. Walk your fingers off the side edges of your mat, tent your hands, and take your hands forward of your shoulders so you give yourself lots of space in the low back as you begin to warm up the low back spine. Elbows up toward the ceiling, and we'll just take a cobra peel, gently peeling up, keeping the legs engaged, all 10 toes stretching back. Exhale, float down toward the floor. Twice more just like that, just moving with your breath. Feeling your breath come all the way up to the collarbones. Feeling it empty down around the pit of your belly. All the way down and shifting back into your child's pose. Buttocks to the heels and keeping your arms reaching forward there. Transitioning here. Once you have that full extension through your arms, up onto all fours, tuck your toes and make your way into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Keeping a bend in your knees as you start, so you just concentrate on arranging your upper body, pointing the sit bones toward the ceiling and finding a diagonal line from your tailbone all the way down to the back of your skull, so your head can hang heavy here. Relaxing your jaw and your expression. Arms feel engaged. All your fingers spread, and then just go ahead, walk out through your heels. You might like to bend both knees and just sway the hips to get into the side waist. And just tuning into all the sensory feedback from your body as you begin your practice. Moving in a way that feels helpful and opening. Settle yourself into stillness, reaching the heels down. Spreading evenly through the fingers, bringing the weight into the base knuckles of all your fingers, taking the heat out of the wrists. And take a deep breath in, look forward to the top edge of your mat, light bend in the knees, and walk forward. Bring the feet hip distance apart there. As you arrive, slide your hands up to your shins, take a halfway lift and just pause for an extra breath. Bringing the heart forward, widening the collarbones, strong and straight through the legs. And as you exhale, forward fold, deep bend in the knees. Let the crown of your head point down toward the floor. Breathing in, just slowly rise to stand. You can let your arms dangle as you roll up through the spine. And then sweep the arms out and up overhead. Stretch long through your body. Send the gaze up. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Anchoring down through all four corners of your feet. Finding that optimal posture in your body. Tailbone lengthening down. Front of the hip points up. And we'll start with 3 half forward folds. As you breathe in, circle your arms overhead. Send the gaze up. As you exhale, swan dive forward over your legs. Might like a light bend in your knees as you fold and your back warms up. As you inhale, come up halfway, looking forward, hands to the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Rise on your in-breath. Hands to your heart on your out-breath. Twice more just like that, arms overhead, breathe in, gazes up to the tip of the thumbs. Exhale, forward fold, leading with your heart, following your nose as you fold. Inhaling, Ardha Uttanasan, your halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Root down through your feet to rise, breathing in. Hands to your heart. Breathing out. Arms overhead, breathe in, just moving with your breath, establishing a rhythm, a cadence for your practice. Forward fold. Inhale, Ardha. And exhale, refold. Rise on your in-breath. And exhale, hands to your heart. Toe heel your feet together, standing at the top edge of your mat. Arms overhead as you breathe in. Exhale, forward fold, Surya Namaskar C, a low lunge salute. Inhale, coming up halfway, extending, stretching out through your spine. Exhale, fingertips down, lunge your right leg back and right knee to the floor. When you're steady, reach your arms alongside your ears, bring your torso upright, firm belly, stay for your exhale. Reach up to the edge of your fingers, and as you exhale, hands to the floor. Stepping back, high push up as you breathe in, stay for an extra breath. Push through the hands, firm the belly, long and strong in your body, and as you exhale, knees, chest and chin come all the way down to the earth. Keep the elbows tucked in, very little pressure in the hands, just move into your cobra pose, bring the ribs forward. And as you exhale, peel down, roll back through all fours and to downward facing dog. And keeping your breath moving at a steady pace, smooth and soothing. And stepping the toes together at the back of your mat, raise your right leg to the height of your hip as you breathe in. Exhale, right foot forward, left knee to the floor, low lunge. Arms rise, breathe in. Stay for your out-breath. Light engagement through the left glutes. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, hands down, frame your front foot and step forward, top edge of the mat. Uttanasan, breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand, arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasan. Exhale, rest your hands to your heart center. One more round on the left. Arms overhead, breathe in. Dive forward on your out-breath. Breathing in, Ardha Uttanasan. Breathing out, fingertips down, left foot lunges back, left knee to the floor. Reach your arms when you're steady, breathe in. Stay for your out-breath. Reach a little taller, breathe in. Hands to the floor, breathe out, frame your front foot, stepping back, plank pose, keep the gaze forward. Heels reaching back, low push-up, either knees, chest, chin, or a full push-up to the floor. And then a mild arch through your spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Dropping anchors down into your hands, floating the sit bones toward the ceiling. Feeling your breath moving in and out, full and deep. Step the toes together, left leg rising as you breathe in. Left foot forward in between your hands, right knee to the floor. Arms overhead, breathe in. Exhale, hips a little forward. Inhale, reach up tall, pushing into your shin, front foot. Exhale, hands to the floor. Stepping forward, toes come to touch. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasan. Exhale and fold. Rise to stand, straight legs, arms overhead. Hands rest to your heart center on your out breath. Next breath in, bend the knees, chair pose, Utkatasan. Stay for your out breath, sink your hips down, weight into your heels, firm belly. Breathe in, stretch the spine a little taller, sides of the waist. Exhale, sink a little lower. Here we're going to balance on our right foot, pressing into your right foot, straightening out through the right leg, bring the left knee in toward your chest. You can gather the knee with your hands. Just pause, get your focus steady. And then making your way into a tree pose. Left knee out to the side and your left foot positioned anywhere on the inseam of your right leg, above or below your knee. Reset if you need to. Just folding the knee, clamping it closed. And engaging your upper abdominal muscles in and around your center of gravity. Resting your hands to your heart center. And growing a little taller in your body once you're steady. And being patient if you're feeling wobbly. Steady gaze. Moving into a chair twist, left foot steps down next to your right, bend the knees once more, reach your arms, press your palms, bring your hands to your heart center. Trying to keep the knees in line here as you twist to your right, take your left elbow outside of your right knee, and then move your right collarbone back in space so you draw a straight line, elbow to elbow, palms pressing, heart spiraling toward your thumbs. And then just check in, left knee may have moved forward there. Just try and keep it, the knees in line to stay balanced through the pelvis. Keeping that same even breath. Experimenting with dropping the hips down just a little lower. And coming back to your chair pose, breathe in, reach your arms face forward. On your exhale, forward fold over your legs. As you breathe in, look up and come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasan. And then fingertips down, lunge your right leg back to runner's lunge. This time the right knee stays elevated. And just pause, find your fingertips on the floor there, supporting you. Pushing down through the heel of your left foot. And you're on the balls of the back toes. And then as you feel yourself breathe out, lift the hips and work towards straightening your left leg. Coming into a pyramid variation, pause for a couple of breaths. Keep your right leg super straight and perhaps a little micro bend in your front knee. Just warming up through the back of your legs. And then we'll alternate between the two. Return to your runner's lunge as you breathe in, stretch long through the front of your right thigh. And then lift the hips and find your pyramid, folding in. And then back to runner's lunge. And then take your right knee to the floor and find a low lunge. Once you're steady and you're ready, reach your arms up alongside your ears. And from here we'll move into an open twist. Just sending your right arm back, your left arm forward. Arms level with the floor, palms facing out. And if you need a little bit more support, the back of your left hand can come to the inner left knee to help track it forward and give you a little bit of steadiness. See if you can draw the right shoulder back in space, the palm back in space. Maybe send the gaze back to the tip of your right thumb. Deep breath in. As you exhale, windmill the right hand all the way down to the right lane, top edge of the mat. Left arm can circle back and up toward the ceiling, and your right leg can lift here or keep the knee on the floor, just twisting in the opposite plane. Keep breathing smooth and steady. And taking one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, both hands to the floor, frame your front foot. Stepping back through a vinyasa or take rest here. You can step back anytime to child's pose or downward facing dog. Moving through your high to low push-up. A back bend of your choice. Just keeping that uniform arch through your spine. And making your way back to downward facing dog. Pause and rest, 5 to 8 breaths. And when you arrive, just allowing your chest to move a little closer toward your thighs. Ensuring your neck feels relaxed, your head heavy. You can close your eyes to really internalize your experience. Smooth out the rhythm of your breath. And on your next breath in, gazing forward, top edge of the mat, light bend in the knees. And go ahead, step or lightly hop forward to the top edge of your mat. Bring the toes to touch. When you arrive, Ardha Uttanasan. And exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand, straight legs here, and we'll reach the arms up overhead, reach tall, stretch out. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Second side, bending the knees, chair pose, Utkatasan. And if you feel like you're really ducktailing through your low back, you've got a big arch in your lumbar spine, just try drawing the front of the hip points up so your abdominals feel engaged and you're supporting your lumbar. And from here we balance into tree pose, transferring your weight into your left foot. And catching your right knee in toward your chest as you straighten out through the left leg. And just pause, find your balance, steady gaze. And then turning your right knee out to your right foot, inner seam of the left leg, above or below your knee. Just try not place it on your knee because it's an open joint. And then just sandwiching your standing leg into your foot. You're kind of hugging toward the midline of your body, thumbs pressed toward your sternum, center of your support, the very middle of your left foot. Transitioning back into chair pose, right foot steps down, arms rise. Press your palms, hands to the heart. And twisting to your left. This time your right elbow hooks to the outside of your left knee. Left shoulder rolls back in space. And you can keep your eye gaze quite neutral there for your neck looking down, or with your chin lightly in toward your chest, roll your chin around the front of your chest. Send the gaze out over your left shoulder and feel the length of your spine, its shape. Notice if you can unwrinkle around the top of your neck. Maybe fan the collarbones a little wider. And spiraling your heart toward your thumbs. And back to chair pose as you breathe in. Forward fold Uttanasan, breathing out. Inhale Ardha Uttanasan. As you exhale, fingertips down, lunge your left foot back now for runner's lunge. Try and find a deep stride between your feet. Get a little lighter on your fingers so your legs support you here. Deep stretch through the front of your left thigh. And then pressing into your feet, lift your hips as you breathe out. Work towards straightening your front leg. Kneecaps lift the quads, folding out over the midline of your right leg. And then just pulse between the two. Runner's lunge as you breathe in. Lift the hips, pyramid variation as you breathe out. And return to your runner's lunge. And bend your left knee, taking the left knee to the floor, low lunge. Reach your arms up alongside your ears, bring the torso upright, gaze steady. And then we twist, left arm back, right arm forward. And try and get that open, receptive feeling across your chest through the reach of your arms, left palms moving back in space, and the back of your right hand could sit on your inner right knee for a little bit of leverage and support. Stamp down through your right heel, big toe mound. And we'll just alternate with our twist. Left arm circles to the floor, over into the left front corner of your mat, right hand circles back and up toward the ceiling. And your left knee could lift there, the thigh can engage, the hamstring can lift up toward the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, look down and then take your hand down, step back through a vinyasa or take rest. High to low push-up, chaturanga. Back bend of your choice, breathe a full breath, savor the top of your breath. And exhale, downward facing dog. Taking about 5 breaths to reset, recalibrate through your spine. Reconnect with your breath. On your in-breath, ripple forward to a high push-up. Bring your shoulders over your wrists, spread your fingers. Body parallel with the floor, low belly hugging in, quads engaged. And then on the count of 5, just slowly lowering all the way down to the floor. Support yourself with your knees down if you need to. Coming all the way to your belly, lay your arms alongside your body. Palms face down. Extend all 10 toes back and you can set your feet up about hip distance apart, setting up for locust. Great back body strengthener. And as you come into your back bend, just trying to feel for a nice uniform arch through your spine so no one part of your back feels abrupt. So you don't need to go to your end range in your back bend. Just feeling for a nice comfortable one. As you breathe in, lifting the legs, lifting the chest, sending the gaze lightly forward and reaching the fingertips back. Just fly the arms out and back. And keep your breath moving at a steady pace. It'll quicken here. Just keep it steady. Nice deep breath in, reach back, lift, and exhale, release. And second round, you might like to interlace your fingers behind your back if that's available to you. Otherwise, just keeping the hands apart and focusing on that even back bend through your spine. When you're ready, breathing in, lifting up. And then just notice the whole length of your spine, including the back of your neck. If you can, nod the chin in lightly so the back of the neck, back of the spine's long too. Deep breath in. And exhale, release down. We're going to stay on our belly here, prone. Just going to walk the hands back underneath our shoulders, elbows point back. And then from here, we're just going to glide up onto all fours and sit your buttocks down on your heels for child's pose. Might like to take your knees quite wide there. Lay your torso down in between your thighs, extend your arms forward. And eyes can close. Reconnect with your breath. And then just slowly peeling up and making your way into a comfortable seat. We're going to close practice with a pranayama, breathing practice, nadi shodana. You might like to take a blanket underneath your sit bones or even sit up against a wall. Make yourself comfortable and upright. An extra layer on your body might be helpful, so your body doesn't get distracted with cooling down. And with your legs crossed, bringing your left hand palm face up on the top of your left thigh or knee, and touching your index finger and thumb together, extending all other fingers out straight. And taking your right hand index and middle finger to the space between your eyebrows, touch your thumb to your right nostril, ring and little finger to your left nostril. And then keep your touch really light. Focus your gaze toward your third eye. Gently shutting down the eyes if you haven't already. And then emptying your lungs wherever you're at. Gently close the right nostril, breathe in left side. Close the left, breathe out right side. Breathe in right side nostril. Breathe out left side. And that completes one round. We'll do 6. Inhale, left side nostril. Close the left, breathe out, right side. Breathe in, right side nostril. Close the right, breathe out, left side. 4 more rounds in your own time, alternating your breath, tuning into the subtleties of your breath, the flow of air, the temperature of your breath as it alternates. You can let your shoulders relax. Keeping that very light touch with your fingers. And completing your practice, breathing out through the left side when you're ready. Releasing your palms face down on your legs, keeping the eyes closed. And just sensing the calming and soothing side effect of the practice. Feeling the freedom of your breath through both nostrils now as you breathe. If you have a few more minutes, either sitting quietly in meditation or transitioning into Shavasana, just laying down on your back, palms face up to the side of your body. And settling your mind's eye toward your third eye, the space between your eyebrows, and in toward the center of your head. Allowing the front of your body to recede back. And when you feel ready, gently drifting your awareness back. Wriggling out through the fingers, the toes. And if you are on your back there, bending the knees, taking your feet to the floor. And softly rolling over to your right side. Letting your eyes blink open and adjust to the light in your room. And slowly dragging yourself all the way back up to sit. Hope you've enjoyed this morning flow. Thanks so much for joining. Namaste.